Vihari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radha. Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radha. Jai Gauranita, 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 Jai Gauranita. Jai Gaura Hare, Jai Gaura Hare. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Gurudev. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Gurudev. Jai Vishnupada Prabhupada Pravacharya Sutra Sat, His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Vivadi Founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ राधा कुशांक गिरि गोवर्धन की जाय। वृंदावन धाम की जाय। मथुरा धाम की जाय। द्वारका धाम की जाय। रामेश्वर बद्रीनाथ धाम की जाय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जाय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जाय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जाय। गंगामय जमुनामय की जाय। वृंददेव तुलसी महारानी की जाय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय। गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories, Shri Guru and Gaura. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This morning we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 7, chapter number 5, and the verse number is 9. Vatsa prarado badram the. Vatsa prarado badram the. Satyam kathayamamrisha. Satyam kathayamamrisha. बालान अतिकुतस्तुभ्यं बालान अतिकुतस्तुभ्यं ईश बुद्धि विपर्याया ईश बुद्धि विपर्याया वत्स प्रराद भद्रम ते सत्यम कथयमामृषा सत्यम कथयमामृषा बालानति कुतस्तुभ्यं बालानति कुतस्तुभ्यं ईश बुद्धि विप्रयाया ईश बुद्धि विप्रयाया वत्स प्रराद भद्रम ते सत्यम कुथयामामृषा बालानति कुतस्तुभ्यं ईश बुद्धि विप्रयाया You sang, no? Mothers, anybody? Word to word translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Vatsa, O dear son, Prada, Pralad, Bhadram te, all blessings and good fortune unto you. Satyam, the truth. Kathaya, speak. Ma, do not. Mrisha, alive. Balan, Balan Ati, passing over the other demon boys. Kuta, from where? Tobayam, unto you. Esha, this. Buddhi, of the intelligence. Viprayaya, pollution. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Dear son Prahlad, all peace and good fortune unto you. Kindly do not speak lies, just reply with the truth. These boys you see are not like you, for they do not speak in a deviant way. How have you learned these instructions? How has your intelligence been spoiled in this way? Kindly repeat after me. Dear son Prahlad, all peace and good fortune unto you. Kindly do not speak lies. Just reply with the truth. These boys you see are not like you, for they do not speak in a deviant way. How have you learned these instructions? How has your intelligence been spoiled in this way? Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Prahlad Maharaj was still a boy, and therefore his teachers thought that if they pacified the little boy, he would immediately speak the truth, revealing the secret of how the Vaishnavas came there to teach him lessons in devotional service. It was surprising, of course, that in the same school, the other boys of Daityas were not polluted. Only Prahlad Maharaj was supposedly polluted by the instructions of the Vaishnavas. The main duty of the teachers was to inquire who those Vaishnavas were that came to teach Prahlad and spoil his intelligence. Om Ajnanitimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurlitam Yenai Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyati Deshitarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauraduse Namah. Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmahitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanti Radha Kanti Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vanchakalpadrubhyasya kripa sindhuvevacha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Would like to welcome all the devotees for this morning Bhagavatam, and it's very nice that we are reading the Charitra of Prahlad Maharaj, which is always very dear to the devotees, because wherever the devotees see the devotee excels in his activities, there is always a praise for that topic, for that incident, for that situation, for that person, or for that nation, or wherever there is, spiritual activity getting enhanced, we feel very, very happy about it. So this is, Hiranyakashipu का साधु सदृश पुत्र प्रहलाद महाराज, ये इस चैप्टर का टाइटल है। और यहां पर हम इस श्लोक में देख रहे हैं कि हिरण्यकशिपु ने अपने दो टीचर्स को प्रहलाद के सौंप दिया है और प्रहलाद से पूछ रहे हैं कि ये सब चीजें आपने कहां से सीखी। अच्छी चीज सीखो, राक्षसों को अच्छा नहीं लगता। बुरी चीज सीखो तो भद्र लोगों को अच्छा नहीं लगता। और यहां पर बड़ा सुंदर वाक्य है कि राक्षस पिता इनकी गुणवत्ता को देख के आश्चर्यजनक होते। हाँ, ये ऐसे ही होता है। वर्तमान स्थिति में कोई छात्र भौतिक संसार में पढ़ रहा हो, कॉलेज में पढ़ रहा हो, अकस्मात उनके माथे पे तिलक आ जाए और शिंडी आ जाए तो पिता बड़ा आश्चर्य हो जाता है, ये कहां पर ये संग कर रहा है, isn't it? और बड़े आश्चर्यचकित हो जाते हैं। और उस जमाने में क्योंकि हिरण्यकश्यप थे, सतयुग का जमाना था और एक राक्षस था और बाकी पूरे उनके राज्य में सभी राक्षसी थे, मगर एक प्रहलाद उभर के आया। सभी लोग आश्चर्यचकित हो गए कि इसमें ये गुण कहां से आ गए। और पिता जैसा राक्षस केवल अट्टहास ही कर रहा है कि ये क्या हो रहा है मेरे बेटे के साथ। तो अभी उनका क्रोध की सीमा अवलंबित नहीं हुई है, उसकी श्रेणी और उसका जो स्टैचर है आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बढ़ता जा रहा, मगर वो दर्शाते नहीं है कि मैं अंदर से कितना उनके प्रति आक्रोश रखता हूं। क्योंकि वो सोच रहे बच्चा ही तो है, 8 साल का बच्चा है, ठीक है, मैं अब इसको ज्यादा मैं खुद से प्रहार नहीं करूंगा, मैं अपने दो प्रोफेसर्स को भेज देता हूं जो कि हमारे स्कूल में पढ़ा रहे हैं, और मेरी अभी जरूरत नहीं है, ये दो प्रोफेसर्स ही जान लेंगे कि ये सब गुण उसको कहां से आए। आप सभी जानते हैं कि गुणों को धारण करने में ज्यादा समय लगता नहीं, अवगुणों को धारण करने में बहुत समय लगता। और अवगुण आहिस्ता आहिस्ता कैसे आ जाते, उसका एक थोड़ा सा दृश्य दे दूंगा मैं, अपनी बीती। हाँ, बिकॉज यू मस्ट नो दैट हम लोग जब स्कूल से बाहर आ गए, क्या तो ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे कि हम लोग ने बहुत कुछ पा लिया संसार में, isn't it? आपका पता नहीं ये कि नहीं है, जब हम स्कूल से पास करके आ गए 10th को तो कॉलेज में एंटर हो गए। तो कॉलेज में क्या होता है कि वहां पर वर्दी वगैरह नहीं होती है, स्कूल में वर्दी होती है। ओके, सो यू फील लाइक नाउ आई हैव ग्रोन अप, now I can wear the pant and I can wear the shirts and I can wear the anything I can do, isn't it? There was a discipline up to the 10th, but when you come to the college you can tell, Dad, I'm going to the college now, where are my best shirts, where are my best pants? Okay, and then we tend to also have the friends. Previously, you saw that your mother or a dad will drop you at the school, either in his car or in his bike or whatever it is, as per the standards of the individual family. But now you have to choose yourself how to go to the college, isn't it? And sometimes you will go for a hitchhike, sometimes you will go with a friend who has got a car. He says, oh, I'm going to pick you up. Oh, really? You're going to pick me up and we're going to go in a car? And then when you go into the college, other people will say, oh, you guys have a car also. So you start developing a friendship with such type of class of people. One who has a car or a bike or something like that. And then slowly, slowly, the demonistic propensities start cropping in. Then one day one friend says, okay, let us go for some wonderful time, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, market में बहुत अच्छा सिगरेट आया हुआ. Will you try? अरे मैंने पिया नहीं है कहीं भाई. अरे देखते हैं क्या होता है भाई. क्या तुम तो अब तो बड़ा हो गया ना भाई. Isn't it? किसी के साथ ऐसा हुआ क्या? जो किसी के साथ हुआ जरा हाथ खड़ा करो भाई. See, most of people can be relating this, isn't it? So the friend बोलता है, let us start. Okay? And then what happens when you have not smoked earlier and when you want to start smoking, you catch the cigarette like this. This is a first gesture of a first boy who is in a college. He is coming into the wrong association and he starts smoking. And then and then when your friends keep on giving you this cigarette, then you have to plan it how you're going to offer it back. You cannot keep on always smoking the cigarettes of your friends. They will say, अरे यार कैसा कंजूस आदमी है, हमारे को कुछ पिलाता ही नहीं है. Isn't it? So the next day you go, and third day you go, and then and what happens? The same cigarette comes in this place. Isn't it? Then the cigarette comes in these two fingers, and then he's trying to make circles out of the. Huh? Huh? Then the friend said, do you know how to make circles? I saw this, Rajesh Khanna in that movie, and he was making circles. And how he was making circles? And then you sit in a car, you sit in a park and start developing these circles out of the cigarette. Okay? So this is how the contagious influence impurities come upon you in the modern times. Okay? And you'll be surprised. Yesterday I was sitting in my Jew office. One boy came along with the mother. If she's hearing, let her hear. And the mother I saw almost about 30 years back. And she invited me for a Bhagavad Gita lecture 30 years back. And when I see the son coming back to me after 30 years, I have never seen him. And I saw this boy with a lot of dadi, only 26 years old boy, like this. And his face completely pale, his eyes completely sunken, and at the 26 and 27, you should be charming personality if you have done your brahmacharya properly in your life. But this guy was looking completely like a dead man. When I saw, I screened him, I said, do you love yourself? And instantly he says that no. I said that what do you do? Have you smoked? Yes, I'm a smoker. I said, are you on a drugs? He said, yes, I'm on drugs. Do you eat meat? Yes, with my friends. And the list kept on going, and you could see the modern youth. They feel themselves are very advanced under these influences of dirty things, and they don't know how to save themselves from this. And if you cannot save yourself from a bad association, you're not going to progress in any way in your life. Mother is listening, and mother is telling me, how did you find out that my son is doing all this nonsense? I said that his face is telling me what nonsense he's doing, because I have been also a student. I didn't come from a spiritual sky. And I know what the hell is happening in the colleges if you are not properly tuned to your scriptures or tuned to your culture. The bad association and the good association we are talking about. The good association can transform you, and the bad association completely can make you a demon. Isn't it? And, like I had a 500 rupees note in my pocket. I forgot somewhere. And of course, the servant at the home had washed it completely. The kurta was washed, and the 500 note was also washed. So my wife said that, you had kept 500 note in your pocket and we washed it. So that 500 note was in my pocket. So this guy had read all nonsense. Krishnamurti books, that book. I said that, are you spiritual? Yes, Prabhuji, I'm reading Krishnamurti's book. I'm reading that book, which has nothing, no relevance to Krishna consciousness. It is just like going to Bengal and meeting, Mamta Banerjee. And what is she going to give you? What teachings she's going to give you? And I just took 500 rupees from my pocket, the washed 500 rupees. I said, go just now and buy 4 books. Science of Self-Realization, Beyond Birth and Death, Elevation to Krishna Consciousness, and make your life. Then when I told the same thing about the son to the mother, she was completely shocked, because the father had died very early and the son couldn't do any nonsense and he had no control on it. So this is bad association, and this bad association is prevailing in every town and every home nowadays. And don't ever think that if you have no control at your home and you can see that your family members can emerge very, very nicely on the path of spiritual life, it is not possible. Don't ever think as a father and as a mother, you can train your children, because you have not trained yourself properly, and how you can guide them on the path of spirituality, because your knowledge is very shallow. When your knowledge is shallow, how can you impregnate the seeds of bhakti in your children? That's why in earlier times there used to be gurukuls. Even Hiranyakashipu had a gurukul at a place, but that gurukul was teaching Hiranyakashipu Bhagavan hai. That school was teaching Hiranyakashipu Bhagavan hai. So in the same school, there were two teachers. Huh? Who are they? Sun and Amaran. So they were entrusted by Hiranyakashipu to see where from Prahlad Maharaj has got these qualities. Which Vaishnava has polluted him. We are seeking the shelter of a Vaishnava who can transform our life, but in this case, they are trying to find out which Vaishnava or Vishnu Upasak has completely polluted his brain. And they cannot figure it out, and they have been entrusted to find out from this Prahlad Maharaj to please tell us where from you have got these qualities. So, my dear friends, when we develop these qualities, Vaishnava qualities, the fragrance and aura is so great that even the demigods can bow down in front of you if you emerge as the best of the devotees. But the demonistic qualities which come naturally as per the modern times to us, when they get increased in yourself, at the time you may not adhere to the instructions of what is written on the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, because they may find these instructions may seem to you non-conducive for the progress of spiritual life, and this is very, very the root cause of demonistic propensities, as Bhagavad Gita tells us in the chapter number 11, in the chapter number, chapter number 16 of the Bhagavad Gita tells us lust, greed, and envy are the gates to hell. Lust, greed, and envy. क्या मतलब हुआ? और द्वेष क्या होता है? ऐसा. Lust, greed, and envy. Okay? Envy मतलब ईर्ष्या. Greed means लोभ. और lust means so, अगर ये सब चीजें हमारे पास होंगे, भले ही हमारे पास तिलक होगा, कंठीमाला होगा, तो हम कली चला कहलाएंगे. हाँ? तो हमारे जीवन में इन तीनों द्वारों को बंद करना होगा. अगर हम लस्ट, ग्रीड, एनवी को अपने जीवन से निकालेंगे नहीं, ईर्ष्या, द्वेष, ये अपने जीवन से नहीं निकालेंगे, हम भक्ति के मार्ग में आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते. इसलिए आध्यात्मिक जीवन जो है बड़ा सरल भी है, तरल भी है और बड़ा ही मनमोहक भी है. मगर दुर्भाग्यवश ये जितने भी हमारे साथ में अवगुण आते हैं, उन पे अगर हम दमन नहीं करेंगे तो स्वाभाविक है हमारे जीवन में वैष्णवता की गुणवत्ता नहीं आ सकती. इसीलिए कली काल में भगवान का सो मत बाबा, तुम सो जाओगे तो मुझे भी नींद आएगी, क्योंकि ये संग जो है ना बड़ा प्रहार करता है कि नहीं? हमेशा जागते रहो. कभी सोने को मन करे, मारते रहो. हाँ? अगर मारने की इच्छा नहीं रखते हो तो पिचकारी मारो आंखों को. इट इज सॉफ्टर वर्जन. ओके? क्या करें, ये इंद्रिय ऐसे ही हैं, बैठ जाते हैं तो नींद आ जाती है, क्या करें. So the purpose of good association is to always see that we inherit good qualities. In the young life, as I said, that how these bad qualities creep in you. First smoking like this, then like this, and then buying a pack and keeping a pack, sharing the pack, and wasting the money on the pack. And if that one is there, then you have a drinking propensities. How many people used to drink? Raise your hands. See? ये देखो, अभी बच्चे का जन्म भी नहीं हुआ, हाथ उड़ा दिया, बोला मैं दारू पी रहा था. देख रहे हैं आप? जैसे कि वो लड़का अभी 26 साल का था, ड्रग्स पी रहा है? इसी तरीके से कॉलेज में ये सब चीजें कुसंग आ जाते हैं. और जिसके जीवन में कुसंग आ जाता है, चाहे वो ऑक्सफोर्ड में जाए, चाहे वो किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाए, उसको ये सब कुसंग आ जाते हैं. मगर सत्संग जो है, सत का संग कोई केवल वैष्णव ही करा सकता है. आप लोगों को मालूम है कि हिरण्यकश्यप की धर्म पत्नी कयादु, उसको कैसे नगरवासी, बाकी राक्षस घसीट के ले रहे थे, बाकी लोग घसीट के ले रहे थे. क्यों बताइए, क्यों लेके जा रहे थे? डेमीगॉड्स क्यों लेके जा रहे थे? उनको लग रहा था कि उनके गर्भ में दूसरा राक्षस पल रहा होगा. हाँ? दूसरा कोई राक्षस पल रहा होगा. ऑलरेडी एक राक्षस से तो बहुत ही प्रभावित थे, वो दूसरा नहीं चाहते थे. नको पाहिजे सेकेंड. Because Hiranyakashipu had conquered even the demigods also. He was such a powerful person. Now the same demigods were taking the wife of Hiranyakashipu away. But the good fortune prevailed that Narada was passing from that place. Just by the glance of Narada, because he can see through in you what the hell is happening to you. Only Vaishnava can be a true compassionate person to you, and there is no other compassionate person in your life. Nor your father, nor your mother, nor your wife, nor your children, nor the national leaders, nor even school teachers. They cannot be compassionate to you. It's the only Vaishnava who is completely immersed in the pure bhakti. He can see in you what are your good qualities and what are your bad qualities. And he will not dwell on the bad qualities. He will try to see good qualities, just like Narada Muni can see that Kayadu's womb has got a wonderful devotee called Prahlad. And he said that don't take this lady. Don't take this lady away. I will take this lady. I will take this lady to my ashram. I will see that I narrate wonderful pastimes of Krishna, and so that he can hear. Now that he had learned all the qualities in the womb of the mother, he had inherited all the qualities of an Vaishnava. Now what is happening? He has emerged out of the womb, and now in the school, these Vaishnava qualities are getting enhanced, or these qualities are coming visibly out. Other people are getting surprised. Where did these qualities come to him? Because they had never seen such qualities in any person. Isn't it? They had never seen these qualities coming. Because other people were trained by these two teachers, and they were all saying, Hiranyakashipu, भगवान है. Isn't it? They were all saying Hiranyakashipu Bhagavan hai. Practically all of them, 99.9 except one, Prahlad Maharaj, was saying Hiranyakashipu Bhagavan nahi hai. A Sangha is so powerful that even if you are in mother's womb, the Sangha can affect your consciousness. Krishna Katha can affect your consciousness. Krishna Katha can make you transform even if you are in the mother's womb. That's why we tell the modern mothers, shun away the idiot box when you're carrying your children in your womb. Don't sit in front of this idiot box. Don't hear the Bollywood songs. Don't hear the Hollywood movies. This is going to completely make you the demoness, because you are not nurturing your child properly as you should be nurturing your child as a Vaishnavi. Sanskara vihina pashubihi samana. Why nowadays we have so many animals? Because the sanskara is not given, the garbha sanskara is not given properly. And that's why you will see from the young age, and especially scientifically, it has been proved that after 90s, the children who are born, they're practically very frivolous. They are very, 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 what do you call, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, चंचल प्रवृत्ति के हैं. Out of patience, restless. They cannot sit peacefully. They will break. You will see sometimes anybody child coming to my office, and he will not sit idle. He will just smash the table. He will smash the whole glass. He will smash this. He will smash that. माता पिता बोलते हैं बच्चा है, मगर उनको मालूम नहीं है कि उन्होंने कैसे संस्कार दिए हैं. मां ने पानी पूरी खाया था उस टाइम पे जब वो गर्भ में पल रहा था, या चाट खाया था सड़क पे, या मिर्ची के पकोड़े खाए थे. Because they have no clue to this, because they have become sense gratifiers. It's true. It's true. I asked my mother once, because at the time there was no television, there was no mobile, there was no idiot box. I asked my mother, I said, Mother, when you were carrying me, what you were doing? She laughed. She said, why are you asking me this question? You want to listen? So my father was next to me. He said that I told you to come along with you to have a travel. We'll go to Amarnath. You didn't come. And I went to Amarnath. So she was carrying me when I went to Amarnath. The journey is of almost about 15 to 20 days. Those days. Not now, when the helicopters are there and this and that. So they would also walk. They will not go on the horses. I'm talking about 1957 early years. I'm talking about in the month of August. My mother was carrying me and she was going to Amarnath, meeting unlimited saintly people, taking the blessings. So it doesn't happen so by chance. It has to be inculcated in the consciousness of a mother, and she's delivering the child what to eat and what not to eat, what to see and what not to see, not to even invite wrong people in the house. So this was the culture what we had, but now the culture is completely topsy-turvy, and the people are so demonic, and they may go even up to the extent of drinking liquor, doing all nonsense things. And then when you see the results, it's very saddening. And you should not be saddened because you have invited this type of a culture in your life. So Prahlad Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada says in the earlier, purport, very important, that in our Krishna consciousness movement, the tactic of dressing oneself like an ordinary karmi is necessary because everyone in the demonic kingdom is against the Vaishnava teaching. प्रभुपाद जी सब कुछ बड़े ही सुंदर तरीके से बता रहे हैं कि कभी कभी वैष्णवों को भी कर्मी ड्रेस पहनना पड़ता है। यहां तक कि गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज को जब प्रचार करने हेतु रशिया जाना पड़ता है, वो पैंट और शर्ट लगा के जाते थे, अब तो नहीं जाते। पहले की बात कर रहा हूं, जब वहां पर कम्युनिस्ट राज था, भक्त लोग अपने जीवन को रिस्क में डाल के जाते थे। They used to put themselves in the risk for the welfare of the mankind. And आज ये समय आ गया कि गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज, जिनके अथक प्रयास से पूरे रशिया में प्रचार हो रहा था, वो आज उसी स्थान में जाते हैं, वैष्णव ड्रेस पहन के। चाइना जाते हैं उसी ड्रेस में जाके, और वहीं पे बुद्धिस्ट वगैरह उनको इनवाइट करते हैं और प्रवचन देते हैं और क्या क्या नहीं करते। जब मुझे याद है, जब रशिया का कम्युनिज्म ब्रेक हुआ था, the first contingent of the Russian devotees came all the way from Moscow, and they came into Dadar by train from Delhi. There were 100 of them who came, and there was a very big welcome for them in Dadar station. You'll be surprised, their faces were so jubilant because thousands of people went to receive them at Dadar station. I'm talking about the year. You said it. How did you remember? 1989. The big contingent of the devotees, and they were very jubilant. They are coming for the first time to India and everything. They have allowed them to go, they were so happy. So, Prabhupada is saying Krishna consciousness is not at all the liking of the demons of the present age. Even the so-called modern teachers in India are not talking and glorifying Krishna. I don't want to talk about such type of people. They are very famous. People are seeing them. They are saying, oh, internal this, internal that. But they will never glorify Krishna. Because they want to glorify themselves. They may be articulative in their so-called philosophy, but they are not promoting Krishna. They are not propagating Krishna consciousness. They are promoting their self, how powerful in vocabulary they are. But that's not the quality of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is always glorifying Krishna, glorifying Vishnu, glorifying all qualities of a Vaishnava. They are always glorifying. So here it is said, people sometimes become very angry. When Prabhupada ji went to America, they kept him in a room only for 7 days. They didn't allow Prabhupada ji to come out of that place. Can you imagine? प्रभुपाद जी जब पहले रशिया गए थे तो वो 7 दिन के लिए गए थे और 7 दिन से ज्यादा वीजा नहीं दिया था उनको, और उनको केवल होटल में ठहरे थे। और होटल में किससे मिले थे? एक रशियन डिवोटी से मिले थे। एक व्यक्ति को प्रचार किया और इस तरीके से 7 दिन उनको प्रचार किया कि उनकी चेतना को संपूर्ण रूप से कृष्णमय बना दिया, और वो एक से अनेक करते 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 आज पूरे विश्व भर में देखिए, रशिया के भक्त लोग इतने ही प्रिय है, इतने ही सशक्त है, इतने ही प्रचारक है, और इतने ही तन्मयता से भक्ति करते हैं कि आप इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते। हर कोई वैष्णव संत जो है अब रशिया जाना चाहता है, क्योंकि उनकी भक्ति इतनी तीव्र है, उनकी समर्पण इतना तीव्र है। हम लोग आधे आधे क्या बोलते हैं, हम तो बचपन से ही करते हैं ना, हाँ? श्लोक बोलो तो बचपन से करते हैं ना, हाँ? But here the struggle of the Vaishnavas is so far out, my dear friends, that we see Prabhupada ji is also saying that it's sometimes very difficult to preach in the local dress. In this dress, we cannot preach in many countries. But this dress is, they criticize the Vaishnavas by sarcastically saying, हरे कृष्ण। यहां तक भी इवन इंडिया में भी जब हम लोग प्रचार करने जाते हैं, अरे ये हरे कृष्ण वाला आया। प्रभुपाद जी बता रहे हैं, एन केन प्रकारे से अगर मुंह से निकलता है हरे कृष्ण शब्द, उसके लिए ये शुद्धिकरण का एक जरिया बन जाता, इंस्टेंटली उसका शुद्धिकरण हो जाता, क्योंकि नाम में इतनी शक्ति है कि कोई भी अगर बोलेगा। चैतन्य महाप्रभु को बोला गया था, इन सब लोगों का कैसे उद्धार हो जाएगा जो मुस्लिम है। शब्द ब्रह्म से भी उनका उद्धार हो सकता है। हराम 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 हराम, हे राम हे राम हे राम। उनको मालूम नहीं, क्योंकि उनको हराम ही सब कुछ दिखता है। और दूसरे साइड में श्रील प्रभुपाद जी और भगवान श्री कृष्ण भागवत गीता में बता रहे हैं, जो जीव हत्या करते हैं वो कभी भी इस संसार से उबर नहीं सकते हैं। ध्यान से सुनिए आप। हम लोग सोचते हैं कि अरे वो क्या कर रहे हैं, मुसलमान क्या कर रहे हैं, वो इस जीवन से उबर नहीं सकते। जीवन में ही रह के वो निम्न योनियों में चले जाएंगे, उसका ज्ञात नहीं है उनको। उनके लिए हूरें नहीं आएंगी, उनको दोजख के नगर में जाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि वो जीव हत्या कर रहे हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र टॉक्स अबाउट इट। They have reached up to the human life, but they are pushing their human life furthermore into the degradation by killing the animals, and by their reactions, they don't remain in human form of a life. They degrade into the animalistic life furthermore, till furthermore resurrection from the continuous process of that animalistic life. So the human life has to be utilized only for cultivating Krishna consciousness, plugging these gates which are allowing you to go, Kam, Krodha, Mad, Lobh, which are pushing you towards these gates. You have to conquer yourself. If you're not able to conquer in the human life, that means you're wasting your life. And wasting human life itself is very, very dangerous. That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling us the best methodology in the Kali Yuga is, if you want to conquer, if you want to see people conquering, or you want to see how you can evolve out of this hellish situation, you have to lend your tongue and ear for chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. So Lord has been very, very compassionate to the jivas of the Kali Yuga. He is giving simple methodology and simple way of attaining Krishna consciousness, going back home, back to Godhead. He says that you can conquer all these impurities which have been generated in the age of Kali Yuga through your parentage or through your sanskara or through your modern studies or through your modern situations. You can come into the platform of Satvikta by simply chanting the holy name of the Lord. And you don't have to prove to yourself. You can see the unlimited examples all over the globe. Just by one devotee, just by Srila Prabhupada and the disciples of Prabhupada who have put the best in glorifying their spiritual master and through him glorifying Krishna and establishing so many wonderful oases, you can see that people are getting benefited. I remember when 13 years back we came to this land, we were, we were under the shelter of an Eklavya building. And we were in a small flat. And we were not more than 50, 60 people, and we were not more than 3 devotees. Samved Das, Sita Mohan Das, and Purushottam Das, 3-4 devotees. And by the mercy of Krishna, we all getting wonderful devotees. Chaitanya Mohan Das. Huh? We're getting, Jagadev Murari Das. Huh? We get wonderful devotees. What it is? This is the process of Krishna consciousness. It is contagious. Prabhupada says, thus, what was done by Hiranyakashipu long, long ago is still being done in the age of Kali Yuga. आज भी ऐसे राक्षस हैं जो ऐसे राक्षस माता पिता हैं जो बच्चों को संस्कार नहीं डाल पा रहे हैं, उनको आध्यात्मिक जीवन में नहीं ला रहे हैं. क्या रीजन है? क्योंकि वो समझते हैं ये मेरा बेटा है, ये मेरा बच्चा है. हा? इस माया के अंतर्गत वो अपने बच्चों को कृष्ण भावनामित नहीं कर रहे हैं, मगर भौतिक संपदा और भौतिक शिक्षा में अपना जीवन व्यापन कर देते हैं और फिर भौतिकता के सभी प्रसंगों को सर्वाधिक तरीके से सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, जिसमें उनका जीवन कंप्लीटली नष्ट हो जाता है. बच्चों को शादी कर देते हैं, बड़े गर्व से कहते हैं कि मेरा बच्चा है, मुझे उसको शादी कराना है. उसमें क्या रिजल्ट आता है फिर बाद में? 1000 में से 1-2 शादियां ठीक हो जाती, बाकी में तो कलयुग में सब तलाक ही तलाक है. All divorce because the sanskaras are not there. That is why now the society is becoming more and more and more demonistic. And that's why Prabhupada is saying this. That is the way the materialistic life. Demons or materialistic do not at all like to advancement of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness में क्या आता है? जब आप आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आध्यात्मिक जीवन में बढ़ने लगते तो क्या हो जाने लगता है? बताइए. रत्नमुखी प्रभु बताइए क्या होने लगता है? आनंद की अनुभूति होती है, ठीक है. कोई बोलेगा कि मेरे को तो आनंद की अनुभूति रम बोतल पीने से होती है. आप उसको क्या बताएंगे? कई ऐसे राक्षस बोलते हैं, बहुत से बोलते हैं, आप जानते नहीं हैं इन राक्षसों को. एक राक्षस ने ऐप बनाया था, ध्यान से सुनो. सुनना चाहते हैं आप? बिकॉज इसी डेमोक्रेटिक वर्ल्ड में राक्षस भी अपनी प्रोवोकेशन कर देता है. उसने ऐप बना दिया, वो नंगा खड़ा था। क्या? नंगा टेरेस पे खड़ा हुआ था, बारिश पड़ रही थी, और रम का दारू बोतल साइड में रखा हुआ था। बोलता, अगर ये रम तुम पियोगे बारिश के पानी के साथ, ऐसा आनंद आता है, ऐसा आनंद आता है, मैं आपको बता, पी के देखो, पी के देखो, पी के देखो। दिस वॉज अ पर्सन फ्रॉम पंजाब। लोगों को बता रहा था, क्या आपने दारू पिया है बारिश के पानी के साथ? So they have no clue what the real spiritual life is. But one thing is that when you develop Krishna consciousness, your affinity to your material acquisitions gets slowly, 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 completely reduced. You have no taste left. वैष्णव आंगरी प्रभु को पूछिए, भाई आप साल में कितना डोनेशन देते हो, क्यों देते हो हरे कृष्ण मंदिर को? हाँ? Because when a Krishna conscious person is there, he knows how to utilize even earned money in the service of Krishna, or in the service of Krishna consciousness, or in the service of propagating Krishna consciousness. This is what is the quality, and then automatically you derive renunciation. You become very simple and simple and simple in your life, and you have no teething left for acquiring material things. You are very self-satisfied. आप आत्म संतुष्ट हैं, जो भी आपके पास है उसमें संतुष्ट होते हुए कृष्ण की आराधना, कृष्ण का भजन और कृष्ण के ही संस्कारों को अपने जीवन में उतारने का संयम करते हैं, क्योंकि you are very satisfied just by simply chanting the holy name of the Lord, just by eating Krishna prasadam, just by associating with your devotees. You have the greatest assets accumulated while you are practicing Krishna consciousness in your life, and you become self-satisfied, and you are very, very happy about it. You don't need more things. That's what Prabhupada is talking about here. Yet the preacher of Krishna consciousness must always go forward to put themselves in the most precarious situations and preach to those people who are completely intoxicated with material things, because their materialistic intoxication can come only down when you glance on them, when you give them Krishna consciousness, when you teach them the practice of Krishna consciousness. This lending of the hand of Krishna consciousness, which has been shown by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada to us, has to be extended for lifetimes, all our lives. And we have to do this so that we can help the most fallen to adopt Krishna consciousness. And that's how the school of Krishna consciousness has increased, where the demons will reduce and Prahladas will emerge. You see? When we will increase the generations of Prahlad, automatically the demonistic kingdom, atheistic kingdom will go away. We have seen the example of Prabhupada going to Russia, and we have seen how the whole Russian people have been saved. Now the second thing is China. See how devotees are putting themselves in the most cumbersome situation, and they're preaching in China also. And this is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. जारे देखो ताहे करो कृष्ण उपदेश, यही हमारा कर्तव्य है. और इस तरीके से हम, Chanakya Pandit says that if an honest person deals with a great cheater, it is necessary for him to become cheater also. Not for the purpose of cheating, but to make his preaching successful. अगर एक प्रचारक एक द्रुत व्यक्ति से भी मिलता है वो इसलिए संग करता है कि वो द्रुत व्यक्ति कब आध्यात्मिक जीवन की उत्तम पराकाष्ठा में पहुंच सकता है, उसकी अभिलाषा यही है और कुछ नहीं। और आप आगे पढ़ के देखेंगे कि प्रहलाद महाराज इन सभी राक्षसों बच्चों को कैसे उनके जीवन को परिवर्तन करते हैं। दो टीचर भी भाग जाते हैं और वो हिरण्यकश्यप कहते हैं कि ये हमारा काम नहीं है, वो हमारे हाथ से बाहर है। जिसमें प्रहलाद जैसी गुणवंता आती है उसको कहीं पे भी आप धकेल दोगे, चाहे वो डिस्कोथिक में जाएगा, चाहे वो पब में भी जाएगा, वहां पर भी वो क्या करेगा, केवल कृष्ण प्रचार करेंगे। My dear friends, you have a conducive environment in India, at least you can preach. But in the Western countries, devotees were going into the most precarious situations. They would enter into the pubs. They would distribute the books. And they were surprised why these people are coming to these pubs. Why should they come? You want something? So, no, we want to give you something. We don't want to take anything from you, but we want to give you something. You are hallucinated with the intoxication which will go down tomorrow morning, but we like to give you something which will retain in your body for lifetimes, many lifetimes. आध्यात्मिक जीवन की गुणवत्ता जिस व्यक्ति को आती है वो कई 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 जन्मों तक उनके साथ रहती है और उनके जीवन से कभी भी बाहर जाती नहीं है. The soul carries the qualification of a devotional service all the time. So that is the beauty of devotional service. My dear friends, when we are inculcating these principles in our life, we get the symptoms of demigods. And sometimes Prabhupada ji goes in a way, he says that you get symptoms like Krishna himself, but not in the, fullest, but in a minutest sense. That you also become a touchstone wherever you go, wherever you preach, wherever you help Krishna conscious, they also become Krishna conscious. This is called the complete pure Krishna consciousness. When you have given up these demonistic preferences, अपनी राक्षसी प्रवृत्तियों को प्रवृत्ता संपूर्ण रूप से परित्याग करते हुए जब निडर होके जब भक्त भगवत भक्ति के संदेशों को प्रचार करता है तो उसमें सभी गुण देवताओं के आते हैं. तो हमें भी इन प्रसंगों से यही सीखना है कि हम अपने इस छोटे से जीवन में कैसे निबंधित होए अपने सभी भक्तियों के कार्य में, ताकि हम अच्छे अच्छे भक्त बन सकते हैं. और सिंपल मेथड, जैसे चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं, प्रसाद पेट भर के खाओ, नाम सुमरन पेट भर के करो और प्रचार भी पेट भर के करो, और इसमें किंचित मात्र भी कोई किंतु परंतु नहीं है. ये सब करते रहो, आप में आनंद का अनुभव सदैव होता रहेगा. इसलिए प्रभुपाद जी यहां पर बता रहे हैं, Sand and Amarak, the priests of the demons, were eager to know from Prahlad Maharaj who the Vaishnava has preached to you. जब भी आजकल पूछने कभी नया भक्त आते हैं तो बोलते हैं आपको किसने प्रचार किया था, बोलते हैं ना हम लोग, यस और नो, आप कब दीक्षा लिए थे, किसने आपके गले में तिलक डाला, कंठीमाला किसने डाला. ये आपके जीवन का आध्यात्मिक माइलस्टोन है जो कभी भी जीवन से बुलाया नहीं जा सकता. है? जिस तरीके से आपको याद रहता कि कॉलेज में किसने मेरे को सिगरेट पिलाया था, इसी तरीके से आध्यात्मिक के पथ पे ये याद रहता है कि मुझे किसने आध्यात्मिक जीवन का रस पिलाया था. और वो आध्यात्मिक जब रस पीते हैं आप देखो, फिर वो पिछला जीवन जो है याद भी नहीं रहता है? मैंने आपको डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करके कुछ बिगिनिंग में सिखाया था, तो वो ताकि उन छात्रों को बताऊं कि आध्यात्मिक जीवन कितनी गंभीरता से होनी चाहिए, और ये जो विषैला जीवन है उसको कैसे जल्दी से अपने जीवन से निकालना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो कोई सुख नहीं दे सकता है, वो हमको डिग्रेड कर सकता है। वो कोई चीज ऐसी चीज नहीं है जिसमें कि हम गर्वान्वित हो जाएं, विल फील प्राइड अबाउट इट, देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट इन दैट। So give up all your sense gratification. The more you give up immediately, the more you take up Krishna consciousness very seriously, the more you'll be giving a helping hand to others who have yet to receive a helping hand of Krishna consciousness. That's what we are aspiring for. And in a community of this Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji temple, we have to do this all the time, and increase the wonderful devotees who can purify their existence and help the mission to spread more and more, and we become all purified. So I'd like to stop here, and any comments or any questions anybody has? Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. You see, sometimes whatever is seen outside cannot be seen what is happening inside. I'm just very clearly saying this. मैं ठीक है, मेरे सर माथे पे तिलक है, कंठी माला है, and how much advanced I am on the path of spiritual life. How much parents are advanced on the path of spiritual life. Sometimes, they have not practiced 100%, and how can they give to their children 100%? I'm saying very clearly, categorically. Yes, yes, yes. That is why I repeatedly tell them that we don't want to become sectarian here. We want to see that everybody is practicing Krishna consciousness very sincerely, very nicely, not putting aspersions. Prabhupada ji said everybody has got a guna, and if we see that guna in everybody, then we will not be putting aspersions on his bad gunas. Prabhupada ji says, हर में कोई ना कोई क्षमता है, और इसमें मेरे को किंचित मात्र भी कोई शक नहीं। और आध्यात्मिक जीवन में सबका कार्यक्रम है, सब हो सकते। But yes, don't show your prideness, don't show your arrogance. Sometimes we show more arrogance to people that I am very advanced, I am so much educated, or so I am so much rich, and some I am something like this and something like that. Again, sometimes this is, like आजकल बहुत कुछ सीखने में को भी मिलता है, और अपनी मति को भ्रष्ट करने के लिए भी मिलता है। एक उदाहरण देता हूं मैंने एक ईरान से एक अच्छा एक ऐप मिला मुझे। ध्यान से सुनो आप। बना हुआ ईरान में, मुस्लिम कंट्री में, कहीं पे भी गुणवत्ता हो सकती। वो क्या था? एक बेटी और बाप दुकान में चले जाते, बहुत दिनों से खाया नहीं होता है कुछ, तो बाप ब्रेड को चोरी करता, तो बेटी जो है उसको बोलती है ये पापा क्या कर रहे हो? तो जो दुकानदार है वो देख लेता कि उसने ब्रेड ले लिया, तो दुकानदार उसको क्या बोलता है? अरे आपके कुछ पैसे रह गए, आपने वापस नहीं ले लिए। तो वो जब देखता है, ताकि उसका बच्चा समझ जाए, तो वो उसके पास जाता है, वो उसको पैसा दे देता है। किसको देता है? चोर को। हाँ, वो पैसा देता तो वो ले लेता। तो उसका भाई, दुकानदार का भाई जो है, वो खड़ा रहता है वहां पर। उसने बोला, अरे आपने तो असली सामान उठाया नहीं जो आपने खरीदा। वो उसको क्या देता है? 5 किलो का आटा देता है, 5 किलो का राइस का बोरी दे देता है, और लेके जाता है। अब इससे आप समझ लीजिए कि अ, इससे हमें क्या सीख मिलती है? बताइए, क्या सीख मिलती है इस ऐप से? Even if somebody is degrading, you give him a helping hand so that he becomes conscious that whatever act he has done is not good, but yet he gets some seek that he should not do it. And you helped a person who was a bhikhari actually. So, like that, हम कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस के भिखारी हैं। हम आध्यात्मिक जीवन को पाने के लिए हम अपने जीवन से किसी के जीवन को खराब ना करें। Sometimes you may know, you know, दूसरे से अच्छी क्वालिटीज आपने सीखी हो या ज्यादा हो, मगर दूसरे को इतना डाउन मत करो कि वो अगला कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस से ही भाग जाए। उसको ऐसे पकड़ लो कि वो अपने ही स्तर पे खड़ा होके इतना अच्छा कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस का पेड़ स्ट्रांग लग जाए कि दूसरों को भी कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस के फल खिला सकता है। So this was a, sometimes you get a very good apps also, like they make very nice. Huh? Uh, yeah, because I liked it. I liked it as a filmmaker. I liked it because at core I was a filmmaker also. You see, I wanted to do that, but my spiritual master plugged me such teeth out that I have no taste now left for the movie making. I have got only taste for making the temples now. I tried my best. Let me tell you frankly, I tried my best, but my inclination is not there. Like Haridas Prabhu, Bada Haridas Prabhu, very good friend of mine from 1978. He tried to woo me so that I could take over the ITV. I said, Nako Paiche, Nako Paiche, Nako Paiche. Whatever I have given it up, I have given it up. I will not go back. And whatever I have given up, I have not give. I will, you know, not touch it. You see, this is my personal commitment. Whatever. Otherwise, still people always come. Even the whole industry, whole ISKCON, anybody wants to make a film, they say go to Surdas. I said, Mabba, mere ko maas mein jao, jao wapas. Ideas दे सकता हूँ। Just because they are all there, everywhere some good people are there. जीव जीव के प्रति सहानुभूति और प्रेम सदा रह सकता है। जब प्रभुपाद जी एक ईरानियन को भक्त बना सके, हम क्यों नहीं बना सकते हैं? रावण हरि, उनका नाम था रावण हरि। You never heard about? He was an Iranian and Iran se the, and one Muslim, he became Prabhupada's disciple, and he translated also some books. And of course, Sarup Damodar Maharaj used to go to Iran, and he had many disciples. I don't know whether you all know, there are so many Iranian devotees staying in Vrindavan who dedicated their life. One Iranian devotee died in Hardwar because one snake bit him. He was staying on the Har Ki Podi. And then there was a mother from Iran. They lived all their lives in Vrindavan. What a dedication. हम लोग नहीं रह सकते continuously, but that with the son and क्या क्या करते थे अपने जीवन को निर्वाह करने के लिए. The mother used to, क्या बताऊं मैं आप लोगों को. यहाँ पर तो लोगों को एक कलश देने में नानी मर जाती. उनको बोलो प्रभुपाद जी को कलश करने के लिए तो 10 बार सोचते हैं कि क्या होगा मेरा. I feel completely, shocked. What type of a devotees we have. This Mataji in Vrindavan in 90s, she used to prepare bread. She was making very beautiful bread, and she was a disciple of Sarup Damodar Maharaj. And she was making bread. And she would make a lot of bread, and the son will go to all the devotees' houses to distribute this bread. I cannot forget these incidents. What they have to do in order to become Krishna conscious, or remain Krishna conscious, or sustain in Krishna consciousness. What hard works they have done. Here you sometimes give them everything, and yet they are not able to come. And that lady will be in the Mangalarti every time. She will go after the class, prepare the lots of breads, and the son will go, small son. And everybody was feeling so compassionate. That chota bacha bread बेच रहा है. देखिए त्याग, देखिए प्रभु जी, क्या देखिए प्रभु जी. And Iranian people are very beautiful, very nice, dedicated. Parsis, like Parsi people. So we feel even sometimes, some rich people are there. They will not like to help Krishna consciousness. Why? Because हृदय अभी भी लस्ट ग्रीड से भरा हुआ है. और जब तक ये लस्ट ग्रीड और एनवी नहीं जाएगा, तब तक आध्यात्मिक जीवन की उत्तम पराकाष्ठा में प्रवेश करना भी एक कठिन कार्य हो सकता है. और जिस दिन गुरु कृपा होती है, वैष्णव कृपा होती है, भक्तों का संग मिलता है, फिर ये जगत जो है वास्तविकता में हमें सूना ही लगता है. इसमें कोई रहने की कोई अभिलाषा नहीं रहती. हाँ, ये एक ही अभिलाषा है कि हम क्या कितना कितना सेवा कर सके, वही होना चाहिए. See, that's life, and you feel like always doing Krishna conscious work. Yes, it's all right with everybody. How many people are not chanting? Can you raise your hands? जो लोग नाम स्मरण नहीं करते, हाथ खड़ा कीजिए और खड़े भी हो जाइए. हाँ, आपका क्वेश्चन पहले ये कंप्लीट करूं मैं. ये जो लोग जप नहीं करते, हाथ खड़ा कीजिए और खड़ा भी रहिए. गेट अप सर. वेरी गुड. वी लाइक टू वेलकम यू दिस वंडरफुल टेम्पल. आप बड़े ही तन्मयता से प्रवचन सुन रहे थे, इसके लिए मैं आभारी हूं. आपका शुभ नाम क्या है? हाँ? अमेश. अमैया. वेरी गुड. अमैया, व्हाट इज योर फुल नेम? अमैया अंबिके. Fantastic name. And yourself, sir? Jagat Das. Jagan Das. Oh, wow. Very nice. And yourself? Huh? Hitendra. Yagendra. Wow. Huh? Wow, wonderful. So, आप खारगर में ही रहते हैं? कलम सेम है. थोड़ा सा दूर है. तो हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि आप भी रेगुलरली आते रहेंगे यहाँ पर. जब करते हैं क्या आप? फिर क्या करते हैं आप? आज आप आए. आप यू सीम टू बी प्रोफेशनल स्टूडेंट्स और प्रोफेशनल पीपल. यू वर्क? यस. वेयर डू यू वर्क, सर? है वाशी. एज व्हाट? फैंटास्टिक. एंड व्हाट आर यू वर्किंग फॉर? So we humbly request you that you have come here. You are sitting very nicely. You are hearing very nicely. And thank you very much. We'd like to see that you take something today from here. That is the process of chanting the holy name of the Lord. In this age of Kali Yuga, this is the best methodology which Prabhupada ji taught to all the world. So if you can take from here today this and do a sankalpa that at least you will chant one round, it will be very nice. And who else is there who has come for the first time? जो जप नहीं करते, आप भी खड़ा रहिए. और आप जप करते हैं सर, आपको बोल रहा हूं, येलो शर्ट, आप जप करते, खड़ा रहिए ना सर. हम आपको संपत्ति देना चाहते हैं और आप लेना नहीं चाहते. और आप सर ग्रीन शर्ट, आप जप करते हैं सर? करते हैं. वेरी गुड. और कौन जप नहीं करता? खड़ा रहिए. मेरा आप सबसे हाथ जोड़ के निवेदन है, आप अभी अभी सॉरी चैतन्य प्रभु से, हमारे जो संकीर्तन लीडर है, उनसे आज आप जप करने का, मंत्र जपने का ये जो अभ्यास है, कैसे करना चाहिए और अपने जीवन को कैसे सुंदर बनाना चाहिए, वो आपको बताएंगे. ओके. सॉरी चैतन्य प्रभु जी, आप इनको पांचों को जप दीजिए और जप करने के तरीका बताइए. इस तरीके से एटलीस्ट हमारे इस प्रांगण में नए लोग आके भी आप जैसे बन सकते हैं. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. और अकिंचन माधव प्रभु जी का प्रश्न था. हाँ. यस. हाँ. यस. हाँ. ओके. यू सी 40 साल उन्होंने तपस्या किया, उसमें प्रहलाद महाराज का एज नहीं बताया गया. हाँ. तो हाँ. ओके. वो गए हैं तो वो बिगिनिंग में ही तो नहीं गए थे. हो सकता है जब वो वापस लौट रहे थे तब उनके घर में बच्चा पैदा होगा. Isn't it? गर्भवती कब हुई वो करेक्ट है, मगर वो जब गए थे तो, मगर जब आए ही वॉज वेरी यंग शिशु थे. हाँ. ये isn't it?
हरे कृष्णा. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच सुदास बाबू जी. आज हमें आनंद की बात बताई. कभी स्मोकिंग, कभी ड्रिंक्स. एक समय नित्यानंद प्रभु चैतन्य महाप्रभु के साथ भी ऐसा बना था. तो वहाँ पर नित्यानंद बोला आनंद लेना है वहाँ पर, तो नित्यानंद प्रभु चैतन्य महाप्रभु वहाँ से चल पड़े. तो ये बहुत ही हमारे कभी कभी जीवन में ऐसे मोड़ भी आ जाते हैं, लेकिन हम लोग समझ जाते हैं और सही